This is the AUBMC layout as a preparation for the vaccine campaign for the COVID-19 immunization one. As you see in this slideshow, this location is mainly dedicated or assigned to conduct the whole vaccination process, starting from the check-in point and the patient registration, followed by the assessment of patients and asking them the clinical questions related to the medication, to the disease, to the allergies, and then moving forward after the registration and the clinical assessment to the home where the administration or the preparation of the vaccine is conducted by the pharmacy team in a very well-organized manner, and especially as we see here, conducting the proper inventory according to the preparation of the syringes per every vial. Here also we can see the process of administering the vaccine by the clinical team after explaining to the whole patients what is the process, how it goes, and giving or administering the vaccination to the patients. Also, after administering the medication of the vaccine to the patients, here comes the monitoring or the observation of the patients, which mainly starts in another hall in front of the monitoring team for mainly 15 or 30 minutes according to the patient's condition.
Hello again. As we just saw in the video, the short video, there is a quick description of the flow of patients who are coming to take the vaccine, the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine at the institution of AUBMC, where it really describes the flow of patients from the access to care until administering, and this is followed up by monitoring of the patient's post-vaccine administration. This is mainly this is a true reflection of a hard work, not only for one staff. It is mainly a teamwork led by leaders or owners of this campaign, which may really allows for a smooth flow, a proper coordination and planning. The whole steps or the whole encounters which were seen really needed a lot of preparation, a lot of commitment, a lot of coordination, a leadership style to run it from A to Z, especially when we went through stages of not only the idea of the vaccine started, of the vaccination started, where else also when we were planning to launch the campaign and make it as a leading by example to other institutions and to the Lebanese community that we are delivering, creating an immunization campaign with a high standards of care, a qualitative manner, and in a safe manner as well. It's not only a one-man show or one staff who did this. It's a group of frontliners. Mainly it started from the preparatory phase. When we talk about preparation, we say looking at the layout, the space, the location where the vaccine should be started or should be given. In addition to this, checking in the layout, we also look for the resources. What are the resources needed? From the manpower and from the equipments, from the furniture, from the IT systems, from the electronic platform as well, to make sure that the flow is smooth from all aspects. The big challenge was for us, or for me as a leader, was coordinating the staffing. Staffing, as you saw in the video, expecting a surge of 500 to 800 patients for getting the vaccine it's really a lot of work or huge work. We need to provide staffing to run the campaign. In addition to this, when we say staffing, it is running the campaign parallel to the ongoing work of the colleagues in order not to disrupt their business. So the idea also came from asking for volunteers from the community, from the schools, from the School of Nursing, from the School of Medicine, in addition to the staff who are really volunteering to help in the community. That really encouraged and allowed us to have a great number of staff to support this. As you see, this is a brief description of leadership style and skills that a leader must own or have to own, despite of all the challenges faced for every project, for every task, for every workforce that the leader is joining in order to make it successful. So if we want to talk about challenges, as I mentioned earlier, the challenges are how do you manage with the current or with the limited resources you have. So arranging for the manpower was really a big challenge for us to have it running around 9 hours per day, 5 days a week on an ongoing basis with a huge influx of patients. In addition to this, mainly we have the platform of the Ministry of Health also as an electronic system, marrying it or having it connected to our electronic system in the hospital to run the information from two different databases, and how we make sure or ensure that the information is covered on both platforms. Okay. So as a leader, mainly what are the barriers? The most important thing is to have a good communication skills, because communication should be at all levels of staff. In addition to this, you are dealing with the community. Communication among the staffing levels, it is a cross-sectional and vertical among the members of your team, and vertical from top down and from down top, mainly to the higher management when you receive guidelines or instructions and you have to disseminate to the frontliners, as well as the feedback from the frontliners to disseminate it up for the leaders or for the executive team in order to work on them, study them, analyze, and make decision accordingly. So the communication in such a project or task as a leader is very important, because if you don't communicate, there is no way, or there will be no opportunities for improvement. Communication also, it's evolving with such a new campaign. We went through a lot of learning exercise or learning opportunities every day after day. We used to have a surprise here and there, and we need to learn from it, analyze it, and put recommendation in order to overcome it. This is very important, and it was helpful conducting daily huddles. When we say huddles, we talk about sitting together for 10-15 minutes. Everybody brings up what he or she encountered during the day, and how they see things and how can it be done better. And this is mainly, it's granted from the frontliners and escalated up and up into the executive team in order to analyze it and take decision accordingly. And in addition to this, the daily meeting with the executive, also to disseminate the feedback from them and how changing or modifying or tweaking the flow in order to improve it. So this is mainly a big challenge in the leadership, where communication is very important and it facilitates the work. And if you don't communicate, problems will persist, problems will accumulate, and we will end up with a big breach or big conflict and interruption in or weakness in the flow of work. As an evaluation also on the outcome of the work, it's obvious, it's a real time, it can happen like a real time evaluation, the feedback from the team we are working with. This is one part as a day-to-day communication. In addition to this, the feedback from the community. And this is what we look into as a leader. When you see the very positive feedback from the community and from the patients who are coming to take the vaccine, that they are very impressed and very pleased to see this very facilitated flow, very with respect, with dignity, with support. And the major thing which we learned, I personally learned dealing with a huge amount of elderly patients coming at the same time. Mainly it was like a elderly who are above 90 years of age, and they really need support. They need assistance. They need sometimes wheelchair to help them to move on from one station to another. So this was really a very interesting experience with a huge number of patients, helping them, maintaining their safety, seeing them smiling, seeing them giving a very valuable comments and really positive vibes all around on the way of work, the way how we deal with them, the way how we take care of them in the cold weather, having them seated nearby, allowing a little amount of movement, and giving them the opportunity to reach the vaccination site and the monitoring site in a very smooth and safe manner. So this is a recognition for me as a leader that helping people and getting this feedback from them. I want to say the majority, if not all of them, were really happy from and interested and pleased from the way of dealing with them, the minimum amount of waiting, supporting them, and having them taking the vaccine in a very smooth way. Okay, as a final recommendation, and just to benefit from my experience in leadership, I can tell you maintaining a positive attitude and positive communication is very important when you are a leader. As a leader, you are a core member which all the levels of staff look at you. How you look, how you behave, how you act. So you need to lead by example. Having a positive attitude, positive way of communication is very important to change the environment of work. People, when they are happy, they work more, they work faster, and they love doing things rather than being monitored or stressed or under pressure. So communication is very important with all levels of staff, including the community, including the staff, frontliners, as well as the executive team, relaying messages in a very professional and positive manner. It really makes the work smoother. It changes, and it really helps everybody to do their own tasks in a very successive manner.